Galvin Jr. I had to go to college to get a National Administration of Law 4-year degree, a National Administration of Law personnel degree to organize the government's industry of civil defense under industrial hygiene freon reclaim. That is the same freon that is destroying our Earth's ozone. It causes the oxygen not to churn with the nitrogen and the phosphorus to create the other nutrients to save our world and our planet in a lot of ways. Well, the electronic air cleaner replenishes the ozone inside your home and provides NBC, which is concealment and containment. And NBC stands for nuclear, biological, and chemical. That goes with the Freon Act. And the Freon Act is a 230-pound machine that every junkyard in America and every air conditioner people in America that service them are supposed to have to reclaim the Freon. Only 4 years ago did they officially stop collecting the R-22, and that is just as deadly to the ozone and our human life and our world's atmosphere and everything that lives and grows. Now, nobody's doing this, and I've got investigated by the Secret Service for wanting a $150,000 a year job at Sears running the air conditioning warranty, in which I told that person they had to reclaim the Freon under this act in these trainings, and that you had to have an HVAC degree along with my industry and public health, EPA, OSHA training licenses to conduct those training seminars for House of Congress compliance. And everybody in the nation is committing contempt of Congress at all multiple levels of my entire occupational titles since graduation. And nobody is interceding on behalf of the American people. And these are our tax rights that you should know of. And it produces three different ways. And this is endorsed, this Freon reclaim under the Indoor Clean Air Act and the Outside Clean Air Act, but the inside building modifications of the central air is the electronic air cleaner. Down below in your A coil are three sets of blue lights that kill all viruses and bacteria. Most people don't have them, but there are 37 million electronic air cleaners in America. And I got into an argument with the head of Sears asking them, why don't they service 37 million units? This is millions of dollars being thrown away. But these are more people that are trying to impersonate these acts, and these are anti-House of Congress acts. I couldn't believe the Secret Service investigated me twice with the county sheriff, Jeff Connors. Now, what's so special about Mr. Connors is my brother lives exactly across the street. And Mr. Connors was head of detectives when I got ran over. They tried to call it an accident, but I didn't get to testify that he tried it the day before at a strip club in Brooklyn. This was argued. My own attorney, we find later on, represented the guy that ran over me. We didn't like that. And that attorney wouldn't represent my disability in any regard. And we got beat out of 13 years of Social Security disability for a family of 5. And they even covered this up in 1994 at Missouri Workman's Comp, where those records were never there from 87, and I got my neck broke again. And then I got into a head-on wreck, and then a home invasion and all this medical evidence of my disabilities disappeared. That's what I know. And I lost $2.5 million worth of property next door to me in my house and across the street from my house that I could have purchased with the car wreck settlement. But my attorneys told me to get out of my home, along with my doctor. Dr. Lepedy and a Bruce Mattia attorney and a John Rakowski, Madison County public defender, who was supposed to defend me. I had no job or money, and he took my money out of my settlement. Then the personal injury lawyer told me I owed $7,800. That's almost $13,000. I had no money left. They wanted me to leave my paid-for home that me and my family built in '81 and again in '87. There is nobody to make a complaint to. These are the assistant attorney generals. I sent them that, and 5 years ago, when they put me back in the nut house and said I was a cokehead, and I found out my ex-sister-in-law married the head of Alton DOC, mental health, the head of maintenance. I think there's a lot of influence peddling here. It has destroyed my family since the fire. And all my family got good jobs, like all my neighbors who apparently made something out of a broken BB gun, and they all got jobs as policemen in Pontoon Beach. And the other neighbors got to work in supervisory road crews. And the other neighbors did it again in Granite City. I believe a Mr. Combs works for Granite City. He was my neighbor. He was an ex-Marine. I never could figure it out. I trust nobody. I think my phones have always been tapped. I got beat out of a $150,000 a year job by Sears that the Secret Service let go, and that these are politically high crimes and treason, influence peddling against our nation's security of our air, land, and water. Which brings me to the next one we're going to talk about. Thank you very much. Oh, I'd also like to add that the insurance company sent out an adjuster after 2 times my passed the same house with my same plumbing, that we got paid twice for water spills and accidental discharges, and he was calling plastic lines copper, and rusty steel. And now we're going to walk downstairs, and I'm going to show you all of my plumbing in my house. Can you pause that? You ready?
Go ahead.
These are copper plumbing. This is copper plumbing here. This is a gas pipeline. These are plastic lines. Over here are more copper lines and plastic lines. Down here is where the water claim started this last time. Up here are more plastic. That is the gas lines. There are no water lines made out of steel to rust. The insurance companies are lying about their occupational title and their training and their violations under the 1978 code and the 1993 friable buildings, which is the word used for asbestos. You must have these trainings to be compliant with the House of Congress occupational titles of investigation of water spills, because these are HVAC. This was an HVAC accident. Over here was a water claim in '90 because of a melted water heater. Upstairs over here is the upstairs. Hold on, is the copper line right here that goes to the ice maker. And they're trying, it was broken by my son when he was 13, the neighbor kid, and flooded my whole living room and ruined the floors. You have to have an HVAC degree to work on any of this. This is why Sears warranty covers everything you see down here. Washer, dryer, water heater, heating and air conditioning, all of this is covered by a Sears home warranty. These take an HVAC degree. That's a 1 and 2 year technical degree that I had in 78. Pause it for a second. Let me regroup my